Anybody remembers what we did last time? Very nice. Remember how to create a store procedure? Yes. Let's try to create one. Can you create one? So what's the first thing you write? I'm changing the delimiter because I need multiple values. So before I go into this, I want to show you one more thing. Okay. There is a statement called set. I can type a variable name in the sense city. No, city, no. Let's say we have order ID. Okay. 359. When I run this, I am setting a variable in the sense I am actually creating variable, and if I run this select order ID, I get this value 359. Now I can actually use this order ID within my select statement. So I have select star from orders where I have order ID equal to @order ID. Okay. So I have data like this. When I do this, I am doing the same thing. Instead of passing every time writing this, I am setting a variable like this. Does it make sense? I can change this 359 to, no, you did not understand it. You understood in Python when we were writing code, right? In Python when we were writing a code, I have a is equal to 10. So when I say a, I'm getting this value. What is a? Yes, so in that same way within Python, within store procedures or in terms of SQL, one can write these variables. You can declare a variable like this. And instead of every time me passing this value of 359, I can set this value. I don't need to change the entire code. I mean, I can use this in multiple locations within the code. So I'm passing this variable because this makes a little bit more, it's more logical by storing this value in the variable.
So
Yes.
if you don't set this variable at order ID equal to
You can
359,
hard code
then
the
you have
value
to
at
write
359. You can hard code is at 359.
where order ID equal to 359, right?
Yeah, 359.
And so what is the stored procedures? I have missed the last class, so I don't have it in my workbench.
So I'll show that to you. Basically, store procedures are, so let me just show you one. Okay. So that'll be a revision for everyone. So delimiter. The thing is, I can have multiple lines of code within this store procedure. Okay. I'll explain what this means. I'm going to write a statement create procedure. Within that, I'm going to write the procedure name. So I write orders. Open, close this. I write begin and I write end. And in this, I'm going to write select star from orders. I can say US underscore superstore odd orders. And I say this is the ending of this. When I run this, so it gives me 0 rows affected. There is an option over here called store procedures. When I refresh this, I should be getting select orders over here. Okay. So what I will do, I will just write it over here, call select orders. So I don't need to write the entire statement every time I am getting that value over here. Make sense? So I am creating a small procedure which I can run every time. So basically the question everybody had last time, what is the use of this? Every day I want to, these orders might get updated every day on a daily basis. So what should I, every day I'm not going to come back and create a uh, new query or make some changes. So I need to have something which is set, which is why you have a store procedure. It's like a routine. Every day you get up, you wake up, you brush your teeth, then you have your breakfast, then you go to college or you attend online college. So that is what is your daily routine. So in that same way, you have a store procedure which does some of those tasks for you, which you don't need to do daily. You can even send the report to yourself on an email. This report can be emailed to you if required. If you have the right settings, if we do it in the right way, we can store it at a file. We can store the output at some location also. Okay, understood? Cool. So now what we're going to do in the same store procedure, I'm going to delete this because if I have so many, I'll drop this. I'm going to add another line over here. Okay, I'm going to write set at the rate order ID equal to 10. No, 359. 359. And I'm going to put this where order ID is equal to at the rate order ID. Now I'm going to get this output only for 359. Okay, I should be getting, so I run this again. I will again see this store procedure over here. Where is it gone? Now when I run this, I should be getting only output for one record. And the order ID is 359 over here. Understood? I use the same logic of setting a variable. So this is one way of setting a variable. So I have multiple semicolons over here. The reason why this delimiter is added over here is to indicate the start and end of this store procedure, because in this store procedure you can have these multiple lines like this. You can have another variable, you can have another store select statement like that can be there. Okay, understood? Which is why we have changed this delimiter over here so that the SQL, this my SQL recognizes that this is one part of the same code. Understood, folks? Can you try this? Can you try this? I'm going to be back in a minute. Did you guys get that? Any doubts? Any issues, errors? Anybody has any doubts? You get the output? Are you getting any error?
I'm getting an error saying no database selected.
Did you write US Superstore or
Yeah,
can you share your screen?
yeah. Can you see?
No, not yet.
So can you see?
Nope. Can you guys see it? Yes, now I can see.
I stopped sharing. One sec.
You have to put a semicolon after 359. It's a separate statement now.
Okay. And now I'll run it.
Yeah, run only from you have to write in the end also you have to write delimiter equal to semicolon. You have to start from delimiter slash slash
Limiter,
semicolon.
semicolon.
Yeah, and the end has to be in the line of begin, I believe. In the back. There's still something wrong. Otherwise that red line will not show.
Okay.
Can you remove the above statement? Select distinct.
Yes.
Remove that. Where is the name of the procedure?
That I have not created.
Alright, so you have to put the name of the procedure. What is the name of the procedure?
No,
Create
that.
procedure. You have to write procedure name now. Select whatever. Select orders. Put
Yeah,
after create procedure.
what have you given the name?
Write any name. Select orders. SEL
Here,
orders, right?
next to procedure, like this.
Yeah, and open close bracket. Because that is the name which you will see over there. Now
Okay, but now this end me there is a wrong
and
coming.
after order ID, you have to put a semicolon. You know, each statement you have to put a semicolon that indicates that is the end after second line, not here. Second line, not there.
Here.
Arey, where, ray, after where.
Okay.
Now run this. पूरा सिलेक्ट करके रन करो हाँ पूरा ऊपर तक हाँ
No database selected again. See.
1 second Can you double click US Superstore? Now run it.
No, same thing.
No, it's saying that only. Na? Select the default DB to be used. Did it get? Did
By
you?
double clicking its name in the schema. That's it.
But did it become bold? Is US Superstore bold?
Meaning?
On the left hand side in your schema is US Superstore bold. It doesn't.
No.
Double click that. Ah,
Okay, yeah, now it is.
now run this.
Oh God, still
You
you
have
have
an
an
error?
error in SQL syntax.
Yes. 1 second. Can you paste the code over here?
Yeah. So can you send?
No, I'm saying send your code. 1 minute. Send your
Oh,
code.
okay, okay.
मेरे इधर तो रन हो गया.
I'll try again.
Put that delimiter in the end, in the left side, the last line, right? It should start from the first cell. Put it in the back. Yeah. Now run it.
Oh no.
What are you pressing? You're pressing Control Enter.
Control Alt Enter.
Can you press the symbol, the first symbol, which you see, the lightning symbol?
Done.
Yes.
Yeah, it did happen.
I don't know what you are doing.
I
What
don't
is
know.
what is Control Alt Enter?
I don't know. Okay, I got my mistake.
Okay, people. Everybody else, did you get that? Anybody else who did not get it? Did you get this? Very nice. Now we're going to do something different. Okay, we will go back to this. And I don't want to use this. I want to pass this value to the procedure. In the sense, let me delete this first. I don't want to send it from here. I want to pass this value. So I'm going to write in order ID int. So in indicates this is input for this procedure. Order ID indicates this is the variable name, and int, sorry, you did not get it. Okay, somehow I got this message now. Can you share what is it that you did not get? Arpita, can you hear me? I don't know, I'm not getting your messages somehow. No, we haven't started joins yet. Arpita, you had a issue. Okay, you got it. All right. So we'll be doing joins today. We haven't started as yet. Okay, so I was trying to say this. We had the logic like this. Now I want to pass this value. I do not want this value hard coded over here. Okay, I want to pass this value. So I'm going to use two variables in. I'm going to use a variable in order id and int. So this indicates this is an integer which is being passed as a parameter to this procedure. Okay. And in order to again reference this variable, whatever name I have to reference it at the rate order ID. I can change it to underscore order ID also. So I will change this in this way. Now when I run this, again over here, I will get select orders. But in order to run this, I need to pass 359. It is expecting a variable. So let's say it 522 output. What was it? One second. Let's have some numbers. Yeah, 88522. Give me this, right? Oh, one second. Did I do something wrong? One minute, guys. I'm not sure if I did something right or did I do something wrong. Okay. Let me try that. Give me a second. Let me just check this. Okay. So in this case, I did not have to put the at the rate because it was a variable which was, so my bad. I think I got confused. Okay. So do you want me to repeat this? I have to give an integer input as an order like this, order ID. So I gave 88522. Now if I give 359, okay, if I give this as 359, then we'll get the output for 359. Got it? Okay. Let me repeat this. You understood what we had done? I'm going to delete this and I'm going to just run this one, select star from orders. Okay. So I want to select order for 86. I'll explain it. Why did we do it? The purpose of that passing the variable, right? So here, right, I have this 86838. Okay. How do you write that? If I want to find only orders where the order ID is 86838, this is what we do. Yeah, so let's list down some numbers. 838, then 90193, then 42949. 42949. What happens over here? I am writing this query. Okay, I am passing this values. I am passing this value in this particular parameter, in this particular query. This is my value which is hard coded in terms of 86838. Now tomorrow, if I want to change something, I will have to go and change the query. So in order for me to avoid changing the query, what we will do is we will put that value as a parameter, as in the sense a variable. So here when I have this input, what I am doing is I am, instead of this order ID, I am passing this value. So this value can be any of these variables, any of these values in the sense what we saw, 86838909193 or 49424949. So if I run this for any of this, it becomes easier to execute. Does it make sense? I am passing a parameter. You remember functions we looked at in Python? Do you remember? Yeah, so this is like a procedure. This is like I can actually pass a variable, a value to this particular store procedure. Now there is a slight difference between this function and store procedure. We'll see that in some time. But over here, I am dynamically changing the order value over here. Okay, instead of me going and changing this every time or anytime I want to look at some information, I can dynamically do that by passing this as a parameter, by passing this variable over here. Does it make sense?
So I understood that you have passed the variable by writing it here in order ID int. But so where have you given what order ID you want? Like how you shortlisted 86838.
This I put now 359 I passed now.
So can you show the whole code?
See, this is my code. When I run this, this is my code. That's what I said. The first variable is input order ID. I am passing this order ID. So you have to pass a number over here to this order. Select
Okay.
orders. So
Okay.
here I pass, instead of this, now I'll pass this 90193. I'm getting output only for 90193.
Okay, 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 okay.
If I pass this,
So this you created another procedure and now you're just checking it by writing call cell orders and bracket with the
yes,
number, right?
yes.
Okay.
Understood, Neha? Yes. Can you try this?
So this delimiter thing every time I'll have to write a what?
Ideally, yes. Because if you're writing multiple statements, you need to do that. The other way to create a stored procedure is right click, create stored procedure, and you write whatever you want to over here.
Okay.
You want this code? You want this code?
No, so the next one, where you put in the bracket in order ID.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Do you get it?
So
Yes.
when I'm checking it by just writing call cell orders and bracket. Okay,
Hmm.
one second. I have to put that semicolon, no? One second. Yeah, when I'm checking it, it's not coming.
Can you share your screen?
Yep.
Can you show the store procedure?
Here.
Here, did you run the store procedure?
Yeah, I did and it worked.
Can you show the store? No, the refresh on the left. Where are you writing the store procedure? No, not there. Below one. Ah,
Yeah, sell orders.
right click on that and show view alter store procedure. Just alter store procedure because it's. You did not remove the line 359. Go on the right. Go on the right
Where?
in the editable screen. Na, go on the right. No, no, there only.
Here.
There, there only. Go on the right.
Right
The
here.
cursor at the bottom. The cursor at the bottom. Move the cursor on the right.
I don't know what you're saying.
Where you see the store procedure, you see create definer equal to root. Below you see the cursor.
Here,
Move
here.
the cursor
Yeah.
on the right.
Where?
You see the cursor at the bottom of that rectangle above apply and revert. Do you see it?
I don't see this.
Ah, go little right. Go little right. I want to see what is the. Where is the parameter? Where are you passing the parameter?
In this file here. I'll
No,
open.
no. Array, no. In the store procedure will come on the left. So which is the store procedure you created?
Sell orders. This one.
No. Right. Open the left. Other one cell SEL orders. This is
This
SE
one.
double L. Ah,
Yeah.
alter. Yes. Now go a little on the right over here.
Okay.
What have you passed? Go to that SQL file 11. What have you passed?
Uh,
Where is it called? Where is it called?
yeah, yeah. 1 second. Here.
You're passing cell orders. No, it has to be SEL orders. See, the name is different.
I changed the name.
No, where? It should be single L.
Okay, let's try. Okay.
Yeah, and you can
Thank.
actually drag this on the right. You see the center, the line which you see, the partition which you see right between SQL additions and this.
This.
Yeah, yeah, drag that on the right. Full right, you can drag it so it becomes easier to view.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Anybody else who did not get that output? Anyone? Everybody got the output? Or anybody facing an issue? Can you guys hear me? Mitro, can you hear me? Cool. Should I move forward? Did you get the output? Should I move forward? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Now what we'll do, let's try this, right? I have an order ID. Okay, what I want to do, where order ID greater than order ID between and how many is this? 10,000 and 20,000. Okay, if I write this, I am getting these orders. Now I want to pass these two parameters. Okay, let's say I want to pass two parameters. Let's try and do this. So I'm going to delete that cell orders. Let's try this. I will have another in. So I make this order ID 1, this order ID 2, and I make this order ID between order ID 1 and order ID 2. Now I run this. So now what I will do is, where is it? Comes 10,000, 20,000. And now if I run this, I'm getting the same output by passing two values. I passed two parameters now. Instead of passing one parameter, I have passed two parameters now. Along with this, what I can also do is that I want only product container as small box. Okay, let's say I say I want product container as small box. So there are two ways of doing this. Again, I can pass a parameter over here. Okay, I can pass in prod container and I will write where char. This is a definition of a character. I can write it as char also. There is a slight difference in both of them. There is a number of character limit basically, and this can be maximum 20. Let's say I mean this you can change 10, 20, 30, whatever you want. You can change that. And now I will write and product container equal to prod cont. So let's again delete that one. And this. I run this again. And now I can say this as small box. Now I get only those records which are small box. Make sense? Order ID between so and then small box. Did you get it? I passed three parameters over here. Can you try this? Need this one.
So,
Yes.
So you have made changes in the existing procedure, right? That
Yeah,
is why your name will remain sell orders. But now, if I am just creating a new procedure, then I will have to change that SEL to something else, right?
yes, you will have to. You can also do it this way, okay? You can also make it right click, alter show procedure, and now make the changes that you want.
Okay.
You can do it that way also. You don't need to drop it. I was dropping it just to for my ease of working.
So can you repeat how do you check this procedure?
Check in the sense,
In the sense we write no call in the
uh,
bracket.
this way. So you have to know that first I'm passing an integer, second I'm passing an integer, third I'm passing a string or text. Okay, so that is what I've done. I have passed 10,000, 20,000, and then small box. I can make this something else also. I can, let's say if I make this 40,000 and I run this, now I'll get different information over here. Small box. And
So
if I
can you
want,
tell me what this prod count char 20 is again, once again?
it is a way of declaring the variable like you have numbers, you have decimals. If you remember in Python, you had different kinds of variables. Right? We saw integer, we saw string, we saw character, we saw decimal, yeah. Then we saw yes or no variables. So from that perspective, when you see here, this character 20 is like a string which can have maximum characters of 20. It will take only 20 characters. Even if you pass more than that, it's going to take only the first 20. Make sense?
Yeah, so right now what we small boxes 8 characters.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's going to take that. Yes. Just give me a second. I'll be back. I have to
Yeah.
open the door. Sorry about that. I'm back. Yes, so did you get what we were trying to do? You understood character. There are different kinds of variables, by the way. So now I can even pass this discount, and that will be decimal. If I want to pass discount, that what should be the discount value? Okay, and if I change that, and so this was the output discount, right? Discount equal to, if I said DISC, okay, and I can give this discount as in DISC decimal, and I can specify how many values. So I'll say 2 comma 2. So 2 comma 2 indicates that it is two characters like this 99.99. That is what it can take maximum from 00.00. Before the decimal places two numbers, after the decimal two numbers. So this is the range it can take. Okay, so I can pass this over here. Okay, so if I, let's say I drop this again and I run it and I go back over here and I pass discount as 0.01. I'm getting only those orders where the discount is 0.01. Make sense? Did you get this? You guys there? You guys there? Can you hear me? Or am I lost? So did you get the output?
So how does SQL know that this prod underscore cont is product container and this DISC is discount? Because we are
Because
not writing it
that's,
fully.
no, how does it know? It was in the where clause you've written, right? Discount is equal to DISC. So it's up
Okay.
to you to use it, right? It doesn't know this is discount. It's just a variable. It can be ABCD also. I can make this A also.
Okay, okay, okay.
You can put it anything. It doesn't mean that you use the name so that it's logically understood. Every day, it's like you have your name, right? Everybody knows your name is Heel. So in that same way, when you see discount, you just write another variable so that it's relatable. It can be discount limit just from that perspective.
So I have a general question not relating to this create procedure.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so if I know that I want information relating to three specific order IDs
Hmm.
from the data set, then how will I write it?
You tell me how you write it. How will
So
you
I
write it normally without the store procedure? You don't need to. You don't need the store procedure for that. So
Yeah,
if you
you
know,
told.
so how will you write it? Anybody knows the answer?
So where order ID, then will I put a bracket and I'll put those three numbers after comma like that?
So let me ask this to the people who are there on the call. Anybody knows the answer? I know the answer, but anybody knows the answer? Anyone remembers the answer?
Or will I keep writing and order ID is this and order ID is that?
No, no, you don't need to. So that's why I'm asking. Anybody remember the answer, or should I give the answer? Something there in this Excel sheet. You see something? It's right here on the screen.
Wherein?
Yes.
So after writing where in order ID, and then I open a bracket and I'll put all three orders, right? Order IDs.
Yes. There, order ID in these three. Got it? Wherein this is basic SQL, which we had seen in the earlier session. Wherein coming back. Did you get this? Did you get the output for this? Any doubts till now?
So how do you check this you didn't show?
No, I show, right? You have to pass this value like this.
Okay, okay.
That is what you are asking, right? You know
Yeah.
what your value you are passing, integer, string, text. That is what you
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
If you pass something else, if I pass a text over here, if I pass like this,
Hmm.
I won't get any out.
It will not work.
Error.
Hmm.
Because it is expecting a decimal value and I am giving a string value over here.
Understood.
Let me know if everybody got this. We're going to try one with an output variable now. Let me know once you're done. Everybody else got it? Nice. So now let's try and create some output. Okay. So in order to have an output, I am going to write another variable over here as out. The first three characters have to be out, and I'm going to say count records as integer, not as count rec integer. So the output is cnt rec integer. Okay. And I'm going to say, I'm going to count the records, count star into cnt rec. That's what I'm going to do. Give me a second. I'm going to delete this and let's see if this runs. Okay. So I get that output. Now what I have to do is I have to run the same thing and I have to pass at the rate whatever variable I want. It's a temp variable, by the way, count rec. Okay. It tells me one row affected. Now I need to see the output. So which is why I'm going to say select at the rate count rec. So here you see 7 records. So I'm getting the output in another variable as count rec. I'm getting an output over here. Did you understand what I did? Should I repeat it? Here in this, so let's delete this. First of all, I added an output variable over here. Okay, and added an output variable count rec. I am selecting the count, total count, and I'm written over here whatever count I get, I put it into this variable cnt rec. Those are the two things I've changed in the store procedure. Okay, those are the only two things I've changed in the store procedure. Everything else is same. I just want the count of records of this particular query in a variable. So now I run this and I get that query over here. Oops. So this is the entire statement. If I just look at it, right? I mean, I just did this. I right click this, send to SQL editor, the create statement. So it gave me this output over here. If I just want to view that, I can do it this way. Okay. So I have now got that output. And in order to run this, I need to pass a final variable, the output variable. That output variable has to be with at the rate. That output variable has to be out with at the rate. And here I'll write select at the rate count rec. 7? No, this doesn't make sense. Four records. Okay, got it? Can you try this? Did you get it now? Let me know if you have any doubts.
So,
Yes, madam.
so here you've written select count into CNT rec. Into CNT rec is what, so? This is because you're using another variable when you're putting it in the checking part, no? You put
That
count
doesn't matter.
underscore x. So why are there two things?
That doesn't matter. This is your variable that you're passing. It is need not be the same variable. It is something you can pass any variable name over here. Okay, it need not be the same value. It is just a representation. See this number, right? This value or other this variable name cntrec
Yeah,
has to be used inside of this.
right.
So whatever value you pass, whatever variable you pass for this procedure, it is taking it as cntrec only.
Okay. And so what is this definer root at localhost?
This comes automatically. You don't need to do that. That is when it is storing it, it is doing that. This root and localhost is the where does it go? This root and localhost.
Oh, because we write create procedure, no?
You don't need that is how it is storing it. The username is this username is root, so it is storing it for that particular user. That is what it's doing. That's it. So you
Okay.
don't need to bother about that. Actually, you can
So can
remove
I
that.
just delete that and write create procedure? Okay.
You can remove that. Okay. If is everybody done? Then we'll talk about functions a little bit. I hope you are comfortable to a certain extent with uh, store procedures. This is very basic, by the way. There's nothing out of the world. This is very, very basic. Okay, let's instead of function, I think let's you might get a little confused. Let's look at a one type of join. Okay, let's look at one type of join. See, there are multiple ways of joining your data, and let's go take this to the right. We see we have two tables, right? Select star from orders. I have 1936 records, and we have select star from return. What is the name of the table? Returns. 10 minutes. I'm just going to take one concept and we'll close. Okay. I can write a simple join like this, okay, without using any inner join, outer join that we'll see next time. But I can join two tables like this. Select star from orders. I'm going to give a value A and returns B, where what I'm going to do, I'm going to put both these tables have order ID. Both these tables have an order ID. So I'm going to write order ID equal to B dot order ID. Giving only those records which are common. So this is a way of writing an inner join. It gives me only 15 records over here. This is a different way of writing an inner join, but this is how it's a very basic form of joins. I have used this a lot in my days of when I was using DB2 and COBOL. Okay, this is what is a very basic form of an inner join. If there is any other, in this case, there are many variables, so you did not add any other variable. Otherwise, you will have to add the primary key for that matter. Okay, let's see over here. The same thing can work over there also. So you want to try this? You can try this. Select star from. You need to write this A. The reason being, both these tables have an order ID. So the code should be able to recognize which order ID are you referring to, A dot order ID or B dot order ID. In the sense, are you referring, or you write, if I don't write like this, I'm not sure if it will work. See, there is order ID clause is ambiguous. So I can write it as orders dot this or returns dot this. This should work, but it becomes very lengthy to every time write orders, returns, which is why we make it as A and B. So A is orders and B is returns. So this gives you the same output. Try this. It's pretty straightforward. It's a very basic form of a join. So I have orders over here, and so here I have order ID, customer ID, employee ID, and order details. I have order ID again over here. So let's see.
So you don't have to tell SQL that do an inner join. It automatically understands all.
This is a separate format of doing that join. I can even add three tables if I want to over here. But we look at that inner join, outer join, right? We look at that. That's for that, right? You need to write it in this way. Inner join like this.
Yeah, so you don't have to write that every time.
No, no, that's what I'm saying. We'll look at this format, this syntax next time. I am explaining you a very basic form of joining two tables
Okay,
without
okay.
using any left join, right join, inner join. Okay. I'm using a very basic format. So here, right, from orders, comma, order details, where order ID is equal to B dot order. Now I can also add, let's say I just want order ID, ready? P dot order ID, P dot customer ID, P dot customer ID, P dot order detail ID. Let's say I take only these three values. So I get those three values. Now I can add another table over here. Okay, this from I'll put at the bottom. I can add customers. And I add SC. SC dot customer name and say A dot customer ID is equal to C dot customer ID. So now I get the name of the customer for that particular ID. So I have joined three tables over here in a very different way. I haven't used inner join, outer join, anything, nothing I've used. I have just joined the tables. So I'm getting only those records which are common across all the three. So you can try this also. You will get the same output. It is a different form of a join, but we'll look at this in detail next time. Any questions, folks? There's only 1% Jeel remaining. I think everybody else got dropped.
No questions.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye,
See you.
sir.